Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Conscious Co-op. $1.12 million. That is the estimated cost of low self-esteem. $1,120,000. And low self-esteem can cost us in relationships, in missed opportunities, in quality of life, and can even cost us over $1.12 million over the course of our lifetime in lost income. Now, what would you do if you had an extra $1 million in your hands right now, right? And a whopping 85% of people suffer from low self-esteem, either in how they value themselves, self-love, or how they value their abilities and their contributions to the world, self-confidence. Now, I believe that each and every one of us deserves to feel good about ourselves, our place in this world, and about being able to create a joyous and abundant life. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Yes. And each of us deserves to live feeling with that freedom of knowing we can do, have, or be anything that we want to. Now, raise your hand if you'd like to wake up in the morning feeling energetic and passionate about the day, knowing you could handle anything that comes your way. And keep your hand up if you'd like to feel good about yourself, your place in this world, and live in abundance and prosperity. Excellent. Then you're in the right place, because the good news is that's exactly what we're going to talk about tonight. I'm going to share with you the secret to manifesting all of your desires with ease and grace. And doing that by aligning yourself with the field of infinite possibilities and endless resources. And because you're people that know the value of living your best life, I'm also going to share how you can take some of these ideas and suggestions to the next level and put yourself in automatic receiving mode. How cool is that, right? Absolutely. Well, who's heard the saying, whoop, we went too far. You can't change your past, but you can change your future. Tonight, I invite you to consider that not only can you change your past, but you've done it already many, many times. And I'm going to also talk about how you can take this concept and use it to your advantage, making it a superpower even. Now, it's important to talk a little bit about how beliefs are created and the relationship of our memory to the process. I'm sure we've all heard or know that beliefs are created by the age of 7, right? Yet these beliefs are created on partial information, inaccurate conclusions, and a need for survival and belonging. And where's the past? It's in our memories. And memories can be vastly unreliable. Think of a crime scene where you've got a dozen people that see the same thing. And then when asked, the make and model of the car is different. The guy's 6 foot, no, he's 5'5". He's wearing red, no, he's wearing yellow. The accounts are all over the place, even with short-term memory. So when you consider the fact that our beliefs are created on partial information, inaccurate conclusions, and couple that with the fact that our memories are largely unreliable, it makes you wonder why we hold on to these beliefs so tightly that keep us caged in a cage of our own limitations. Well, here it is. Although our adult mind can tell us to let go of the past, that we're deserving, that we're worthy, and we've got nothing to prove, these beliefs are created through the eyes and heart of a child. And they're stored in the subconscious mind, where sometimes we don't even remember or know that those beliefs are there. And we act on those throughout our life. So we have to go back and heal these memories by accessing this in the subconscious and healing them through the eyes of a child, so that we can step into a life of abundance and prosperity, living in gratitude. Now, I've always been able to create extraordinary circumstances and events in our life. I know some of you have been there with me through all of them. I started a computer company at the age of 21 that's still going strong today. I got to sing for a rock band in front of lots of people. And I started a TV show And I was the producer and starred in it. They aired on the Fox network for almost 5 years. Now, all of these things I did because I am by nature a very grateful person, and I stay in gratitude, really excited and looking at possibilities. And this is how I'm able to do these things. Now, I can clearly remember being with my band, Blonde Enough. That was our band name, Blonde Enough. I was blonde, they were enough. And we got to play with the Doobie Brothers. Now, how many of you remember the Doobie Brothers? Doug, Sam, I want you to help me out here. Whoa, 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 listen to the music. Come on, everyone. No, whoa, listen to the music. No, whoa, listen to the music. All the time. Good job, well done. Let's give you guys a hand. Well, we were playing at a festival after the Doobie Brothers, and we were told that we needed to keep the crowd there so the festival didn't empty after the headliners played. 4,000 people flooding to our stage, singing and dancing, and everybody sharing that oneness of the universal language of music. Now that memory, when I think about it, it is so empowering. And that's the thing about memories. How do they make you feel? I can still feel the confidence that I felt. I can still feel how I was connected with everybody as we're all singing the same words, the same songs. And the oneness and connection with God in that moment, how we're all together in one. And that's the thing about memories, is how they make you feel. And of all the emotions we can feel, love and gratitude, can we agree, are the greatest of these vibrational energies. Which is why my favorite memory is the very first time I got to hold my son in my arms. Do we have any parents in the room? And if you're not a parent, surely you've got a child that you've come to love and know. Well, I want you to go ahead and close your eyes down. And I want you to imagine that very first time when you looked in your firstborn's face. Look down at that little button nose, those quivering little lips. Let your heart feel what it felt the first time that little baby tried to wrap their tiny little fingers around your pinky. Yeah. And remember how you looked down at them, seeing the hope of the future, the promise of the future, and how you felt so big knowing that you were their world. And I want you to feel the love and gratitude as you look down in that little face and promise to love and protect them and keep them from harm for all of their life. Go ahead and open your eyes. Can we all agree that love and gratitude are the greatest of emotions? Yeah. Well, my true test of whether I could stay in the state of gratitude, no matter what was going on around me, is when I got the call, the cancer call. Now, I wish that call had come to me, but it came to my only child. That little boy who some 30 years earlier I swore to protect and keep from harm, called, and through sobs he told me, "Mom, I've got stage 4 inoperable cancer, and I've only got months to live." At the same time, we just found out that his wife was pregnant with their second child, and he was told that he would never live long enough to meet his daughter. Well, we told ourselves that we could not deny where he was, where the doctors said he was, but we would make sure that we did not believe or accept where they said he was going. That was not an option. We were going to stand in gratitude, all of us, and knowing that gratitude is the foundation for manifesting all of your desires. I knew I had to stay very grateful if I now was going to manifest my greatest desire in life, my only desire in life, for my son to survive, for my boy Leaf to thrive. 4.5 years later, 3 life or death surgeries, countless procedures, my son can run a mile in under 18 minutes. He's a doting father, loves his kids, and I wake up every morning smiling and in gratitude because I know that today I can call my son and talk to him. And after all we have is today, isn't it? And while the things you might be going through in your life, the emotional traumas, the turmoil, the emotional upset, may not seem as bad as dealing with cancer, it is important that you do not minimize your feelings, that you do not minimize yourself. Because these things that we go through, they can hurt us emotionally, spiritually. The things that keep us from living life to the fullest. It's very important that we take stock of that. Which is why I always recommend that the things that we want to do in life are stay in gratitude, just the way that I did. And now we're talking about how to go back and rewrite some of these things, these beliefs that come as we're a child. Now, if these beliefs are created on partial information, inaccurate conclusions, and memories that aren't even correct, why not go back and rewrite those things that don't make us feel good? Tell ourselves another story, and like a movie, stop at the scenes that don't feel good and rewrite that. Rewrite that scene, and then play it over and over and over again until that becomes your new story. And while this is something that's a very valuable tool for you to be able to do when it comes to those things, oftentimes we don't even know that those beliefs are there. And although I have been practicing as a hypnotist and doing hypnosis for almost a decade, this is why I was compelled to go back to school and do an extra 600 plus hours of training, thousands of hours of studying to earn a 99.3% GPA at the only state licensed school for hypnotherapists in Florida. It was important to me to perfect and excel at the skills that would allow me to make great changes and to show my commitment to my craft and my clients. So when you go back, you might want to consider getting with somebody who knows how to do this so that you can find those hidden memories, because most of our past is hidden from us, especially those beliefs, and heal those memories from the eyes of a child so that you can step into that beautiful life that you've been wanting. Now, a great example of this is a client of mine, Jill. And I call all of my female clients Jill and my male clients Jack, because I really do. I'm a joking, fun person, but I take client confidentiality very seriously. And you can expect that same confidentiality if we work together. Well, Jill looked like she had the life of her dreams. She drove a Jaguar, lived on the beach, pulled in a 7-figure income, but she was driven to succeed by a need to prove herself. And she didn't even realize it. She said she was miserable. She said that she would come home, cook, clean, do everything around the house. And she didn't even need to. She had the money. But she felt like she always had to take care of everybody. And friends would say, "Oh, you're so reliable," and throw everything on her shoulders. She was exhausted and tired. And she didn't even realize, sadly, where this need came from and that it was a need to prove herself. Through hypnotherapy, we went back and we found that as a child, her father drank a lot and he was pretty verbally abusive. He would say things like, "You're just another mouth to feed and you need to be quiet when Dad's around." And through our sessions, she came to discover that when she was told that her voice, that she had to be quiet, she decided, my voice doesn't matter. I shouldn't speak up. I can't talk out. And this whole thing about you're another mouth to feed, could we see where her need to prove herself was? That need for survival and belonging in the family made her develop this belief that I have to continually prove myself. Now, we were able to clear that belief, and she started really caring about herself, and it showed. She said her husband was treating her better. He was doing more things for her without being asked. Her friends, she was feeling more love and appreciation from them. And she was finally, what she said is, for the first time in my life, I really feel like I can love myself. Giving up that need to always prove that I'm good enough. I am good enough. And just like Noah was talking about before, love yourself. And that's why when I talk about the 3 keys to living a magical life, the first key is self-love. Love yourself fully and completely. and do whatever you need to, whether it's self-care, getting a massage. We know we've got massage therapists in here. Whether it's eating well, whether it's taking care of the mindset. Because that's the thing when it comes to mindset. If we're sick, we need an appendix taken out, we go to a doctor. If we have a toothache, we go to Dr. Crane, right? But when it comes to our emotional stability, or if we're feeling out of balance, why are we taught that our emotions are something that we need to ignore, to push down, to suppress, because we need to be the type of person who needs nothing? And don't we know that when we do push that down, it appears physically in our bodies, in our health? So sooner or later, you're going to have to deal with it. Why not sooner? And so many times these beliefs are hidden. Another great example is, I'll call her Jill too. Her husband is a film professor at a prominent university, and she was so excited because he was going to get tenure. Now, tenure is when you get to take a year off of work and you still get paid. That's how she explained it to me. Wow! She was so excited because she was going to travel the country once he got his tenure. But when it came up, she said, oh my God, I just realized the money he makes has to pay for our home bills. I can't go anywhere. We don't have the money to travel. She felt trapped and upset because she said, everybody else gets to travel. I've waited for this and I have to deny my dreams. As Noah said, we know what it does to you when you deny your dreams. It kills a part of your soul, doesn't it? She was so upset by this, but me, being a possibilities princess, we came up with a plan where they could map out all the places they wanted to go, and then they would be able to film. They would call Toastmasters and do speakers reel, or they could call the local municipalities and do public service announcements. And the money they would make would fund them, and with this plan they would make an extra $80,000 in addition to paying all of that. Well, they were ecstatic. Problem solved, right? Not so much. How many of you can relate to having clear laid out plans of how to get what you want and not following through? Of course, we all can. We all do that in life. Well, when I talked to her again, she was even more miserable because now she said, I know this will work, but something's holding me back and I don't know what. That's when I turned to hypnotherapy. And after 2 sessions, we discovered that when she was young, she went away on vacation and her grandmother passed away, her grandmother who lived with her. And she came to believe that if I go for an extended period, bad things are going to happen. And she carried the guilt of her grandmother's death her whole life without even realizing it. So through the 2 sessions, we cleared that up. She took her trip, and she wound up, her reward for clearing up these unknown beliefs, in addition to the tenure money that paid the bills, in addition to all of the expense of traveling, $89,000. $89,000. Now remember when I told you at the beginning that low self-esteem can cost you $1.12 million over the course of your lifetime? Yeah. When you are confident in your ability to do something and nothing's holding you back, you're going to ask for what you want. You're going to know your value. You're going to take chances. You're going to be okay with risks and okay if things don't turn out exactly the way you wanted to. You'll know there's no such thing as failure unless you fail to try. Can we agree on that? Absolutely. Which is why the second key is confidence. Be confident in your abilities. Be confident in what you know you can do. And just go for it like you did when you were a kid. So when you have these things in place, the third key, because I did promise 3 keys, right? 3 is a good number. Love yourself completely. Have confidence in your abilities. And then you can live in gratitude and really fall in love with your life. Because life is short and life is too precious to squander even a single moment. Now, this is why I implore you to start loving yourself now fully and completely, to start believing in yourself. Take chances, take risks, go for it. The people who love you will be there supporting you. And don't squander even a single minute of your time. By now you know that everything that you want can be yours. And what stopped you in the past does not have to stop you now or in the future. By now you know life is too precious to squander even a single moment. So I want to make it easy, and that's the truth because I hear it ringing. I want to make it easy for each of you to get a session, to clear up what you might know is blocking you, or uncover the things that you might not even realize are blocking you. It's important that we do this work. It's the foundation for life. So for this group today, to make it really easy, well, first let's talk about how effective hypnosis is, since I've got a slide for that, right? There was a study by the American Health magazine, that's the great and the good and the bad about slides. There's a study that talked about 3 of the different ways to clear these negative beliefs: psychotherapy, behavioral therapy, or hypnotherapy. Now, psychotherapy, which is a psychiatrist or psychologist, that was shown to be 38% effective after 600 sessions. I had a friend who used to say, I've got the world's best psychiatrist. I've been seeing him for 35 years. What? And at $400 a session, up to $400, that's $250,000 for a low return. Now, behavioral therapy, now that's where if you're afraid of spiders, I'm going to put spiders in your face over and over again. Boy, that sounds traumatic. But at least after 22 sessions, it's 72% effective. Or hypnotherapy, 6 sessions, 93% effective. Now, I like fast and easy. Who else, right? Fast and easy? Definitely. So what is this hypnotherapy I speak of? You simply go into a relaxed, altered state, kind of like driving in a car. You're perfectly in control. No, I can never plant a subliminal message to tell you to go rob a bank and bring me the money. But the number one question, will I make you quack like a duck? Not unless you ask nice. So normally, normally when I do a 2-hour session over Zoom, and I do have in-person options, I've got days we share an office, Hallie and I. When I do 2-hour sessions over Zoom, it's $200 for that 2-hour session. I have in-person options and I have packages as well. But for this group, for you here tonight, I'm offering 25% off. 2-hour session, $150 over Zoom, or that same 25% can go on group packages or in-person sessions. I want to make it easy for you to say yes. That doubt, that worry, that thing that's holding me back, whatever it is, I'm going to get rid of that. Knowing is not enough. By now you do know. How far is the recording? By now you know. Oh, I'm almost out of recording. Oh. Okay, well, I know. Can you help me, Jeffrey? Can you sit over in that chair real quick? This is called ad-libbing. By now you know that everything you want can be yours, but knowing is not enough. Information changes your mind. Application changes your life. So if you're ready to, can you grab those scissors? We're going to do this at the phone. Can you grab those scissors right there? Yeah, thank you. And get ready to cut that cord. No, the balloon cord. Yeah, get ready to cut that.
Okay.
So if you're ready to cut your ties to the negative beliefs in your life, I got it. And be free to live your best life. Good job. Let's hear it for Jeffrey. You can see me afterwards. Give me a call. We'll have a heart-to-heart. We'll set up a time. Or go to pigtime.com and schedule up your day. Because after all, life is too precious to squander even a single moment. Don't you agree?